So welcome everybody. Looks like we got a few people in already. First of all, I guess let me know if you can see and hear me. Next thing is happy 4th of July weekend, everybody. That's obviously coming to a close, but it's been about 3 weeks since we did, 3 or 4 weeks since we did a live stream. So figured it was time. So not a big format thing today. Got a couple of things I'm going to talk about. But mostly open forum. So whatever questions you guys have, usually you guys show up with the questions. So that's typically not a problem. But let's see who we got in the chat for right now. Of course, we got Mr. Ken, who already asked a question. Grumpy CV22, appreciate you. Got Mr. Rick Lore. We got old Len showed up tonight. Usually he's texting me the day after. So... So we got Tom in the house, Mr. Tom Wyman. So why am I here? You look and sound beautiful as always. Lies, but I'll take them. We got Sharpshooter CO, I guess that's Colorado. Happy Independence Day to you. We got Mr. Rokit, Rick Lower. What's up, brother? Let's see. Uh-oh. Look at this guy. Talk about painful to look at. And that the freaking pot calling the kettle black. We got the freaking guy who fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down and then face planted into the roots. Not that I'm much better, but we like to talk crap about each other. Got Mr. Chris Pope. Let's see, coming in from Alabama. We got Hasbro. We got, let's see, Mr. Grumpy is looking for PRS Rimfire matches here in North Carolina. That's actually really easy to find. So go to like your web browser, type in PRS 22. You'll see the PRS website for Rimfire. In the regions, it'll be Atlantic Coast. It'll list every PRS sanctioned Rimfire match, when they're going to be, and it has like a hyperlink to the registration form. So we just shot one. 2 weeks ago, I shot a PRS 22 match in Clinton House, South Carolina. Yesterday I shot one at Frontline, but there's definitely more coming up. We got Mr. Ben B from Tennessee. We got Mr. Tim Rink. Appreciate you. Brian Fox. Yeah, I had a good Independence Day, if I can talk. Appreciate you. We got Mr. Robbie from Australia. Appreciate having you, buddy. Always nice to have the Aussies around. We got Joel Seaford, Bo Jiden. We got S. Page Shoots from Virginia. We got Nimrod Martin. Appreciate you, brother. John Stepien. Got a t-shirt. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support. I'll do another pre-order here. I've had like probably 20 people ask me that I guess missed the last one. So we'll do another one, but getting ready to go on military training for like 2 or 3 weeks. So it'll have to be after that. But we got Mr. Dirt ATV in the house. We got Checkmate TSO. Marty Mascatelli from New England. 22 Lima Romeo. What's up, brother? Nice to have you as always. Got all the YouTubers pumping in here tonight. Got even freaking Midwest. I don't know what he's doing. This is actually, so I didn't have drill yet. I have drill like Thursday, Friday, but this is in preparation. It's so hot that I just had to hack it off. It was too much, like mid to upper 90s, all the humidity, like my beard was sweating. So I just had to do away with it. And it's going away in a couple days anyway. Got Mr. Dana Hughes, got Mr. RAK Rack, Canuck C13, from Vancouver, Canada, as we can imagine with a name like Canuck. We got Mr. Luke Fisher, and they're streaming in. We got Jeremy here, just got home from Northern Wyoming. Nice. Shooting a match out there. I take it, probably. Dana Hughes in South Georgia. Got Grant Brittain. Hey, Josh, hope you had a good haul. I did. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Made me laugh to see the quack quack bang on the track, right? Let's see. Jerry Gore's here. We got Kit Caniper. Oh man, yeah. I miss it too, but man, it was so hot. Like it'll come back. I can grow up pretty much a full beard in like 2 to 3 weeks. Let's see. My t-shirt must have been lost in the mail. Yeah, it was lost in the mail, just like the stuff you were gonna not send me got lost. Let's see. Kip is from New Jersey, looks like. I'm trying to catch up here. We got Mr. Dude Yes Maximus. Appreciate it. Happy 4th to you. Mike S. just outside of DC. Numa Robertson, Charlotte Rifle and Pistol. Oh, I think he's talking about Benchrest matches. So somebody was asking about that in the very, very beginning. He only has them in baby gap sizes. Yeah, it's just Tom and Chris wear like a 10XL. I didn't have any of those. We got Mr. Clay Kennedy. Nice seeing you, brother. Need to see a monster stash now. No, I don't think my wife will do that. Oh, you were at a wedding. Got it. Let's see. Brian Fox. Midwest needs to make some new videos. Been what, a year? Yeah. Give him all the crap he deserves in here. This is a great forum to talk crap about Midwest long range. We got Mr. Dennis Hoffman on here. Nice to see you, brother. Let's see. Bo John getting called out here. Yep, always. Let's see. We got Joshua Wings. Hey, Josh, watched a lot of your content. Inspired me to get back in competitive shooting. I picked up CZ457 MTR, and I'm getting put together. Nice. Yeah, hard to go wrong with that. Right. Your t-shirt and my price from the last live stream are coming on the same Pony Express. That's right. I did forget about you. You forgot to remind me too. I was going to do a prize and then we got lost, but yeah, we need to figure that out. We never did figure out what the prize is. Maybe we'll double down. I'll look around. Let's see. He says, it's Dad Bod Summer. Don't be hating. I'm not, bro. You got to worry about me. Oh, grow a Fu Manchu. I don't think I could rock that. Let's see. Serious question. I want to schedule those new matches, precision rifle / pistol. So those are not a public match yet. I'm trying to come up with it and have a public one here in the next couple of months. But the holdup right now is I need to go talk to the range owners and figure out what it's going to cost me to rent the range. They're talking about like our Rimfire DMR matches. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about is the Rimfire one. But yeah, getting on that sooner rather than later. Josh, what are your thoughts of carbon wrap barrels? I don't recall ever seeing anything with thoughts. I got a 20-inch carbon Bart line on my Vudoo, and I'm running suppressed, and it's got cut off the rest of the comment. I don't mind them. I like having the weight of the steel, so I've never really ran them. I know some people who have run the carbon who run into like POI shifts as the barrel gets hotter. There's not as much mass there, so it'll get hotter quicker, but it's not from my own experience because I've always wanted the weight out front of the steel barrels. Let's see. The Pony Express horse croaked. He did. And Chris, I think, is talking about the carbon. Proven to be extremely ammo picky. Yeah, I could see that because it's just, you don't have all the deadening of all the extra material of the steel barrel. So it's probably almost like a tuning fork kind of thing, you know, where it's just going to amplify everything because it's a very thin steel insert that's carbon wrap. We got STI Custom from Australia. I assume that means you were probably a USPSA shooter who was shooting an STI. See, Mr. Jerry Gore. I appreciate it. Yeah, I shot a match Saturday. I ended up winning it. Wasn't a huge match, very low attendance match. So I had made a couple mistakes. One that cost me an impact that probably would have lost me the match, but I needed the points. It was a PRS sanctioned match, so super happy to have the 100% because I'm trying to get up points so I can shoot regionals because the finales is in Missouri this year. So it's at Gadsden, and I want to go to that. So I'm racking up points to get there. Let's see. Still waiting on the RemX giveaway. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I wish I could give away RemX at this point. Things would be going really right for me if that was possible. And yeah, the pistol rifle rimfire matches is super fun. It's a really fun format. Let's see. We got Mr. Walter. Said he's got one of those L3Is on the way. Speaking of the drop-in barrels, I filmed part 2 of the peep spiller barrel a couple of days ago. The rough edit just went up. I've got to kind of refine it tonight. And then I'm hoping to have it up next weekend, like next Friday night. That video will go live. So it'll be part 2 of the pre-fit from peep spillers. Let's see. Mr. Bo Gianton's got a RemX on the way tomorrow. Nice. Let's see. So now that you have an MDT HC Elite, how's it compare to your XLR? If you only buy one chassis, which would you prefer? Probably the Elite because of the longer forend. I'm a sucker for longer forends. The XLR, like it has, so when you go now with the NV Pro, both have adjustable mag catches. Both are really solid. Both are like really well made. The Elite has a longer forend, and I tend to prefer the longer forend, so that's why I would go Elite. But you know, the XLR NV Pro, it's just a different look to it too. So I think really just a preference thing, but I like the longer forend, so that would kind of pull me that direction. Let's see, I'm missing stuff already. I'm already getting behind. Are you planning to review the L3 Action? Yeah, I am. I'm supposed to get one. I don't think they're quite ready yet, but I'm supposed to get one for a review. I think I have to buy it if I want to keep it kind of deal, but I'm still supposed to get it for a review. So we'll know. If I keep it, then that should tell you a lot about it. But yeah, hopefully not much longer. Probably about another month or so, hopefully. Let's see. Josh, try 3 lots of match. Not good. 10x is much better over 3 lots. Could Headspace do this or should HS? No, yeah, they're the same. So the 10x match and team are the same exact ammunition. They're just graded at the Eley factory and then sorted. So the best of what performs out of their test barrels is 10x, and then what doesn't make that cut becomes match. What doesn't make that cut becomes team. So there should be no difference. I would say 3 lots is not enough to test and form an opinion. And I've really found that match 10x team doesn't really matter so much. Like, yeah, you can generally expect to have a better SD and ES out of 10x, but I've had plenty of match that shot amazing SD and ES, amazing groups. Because, you know, that's how they're testing it out of their test barrels and then sorting it. And, you know, their barrels don't necessarily equate to what's going to work best in your barrel, but probably just a luck of the draw. No, I'm not done. I'm trying to get some good weather in the next couple of days. I'm off for a couple of days, and I'm going to test the Vergara a little bit more. I don't really have a lot of different ammo. I think there's some ammo that I didn't really test. But, yeah, so hopefully I'll do another video with kind of whatever remaining ammo that I didn't run through it. See if something really works well, and then we'll maybe throw it on some steel at distance if it does good enough for that. Let's see. Hello, Josh from Montana. We got Lonnie Robson. Are you going to do more testing with the loaded barrels on your CZ? Yeah, for sure. I'm actually waiting. So I plan on taking my current, where is it? Over there, my MTR, and going to put that into hopefully the new Premier Gen 2 for the CZ inlet. I'm going to put that heavy barrel Loja back on it and going to do another round of videos on that, just kind of testing that again. I do have some lots of match coming that I want to test through that as well. So right now I'm just waiting on them to release or for them to be able to get in the CZ inletted Premier Gen 2s. And then that's going to be something we do again for sure. So you've got Mr. Orange Smoke who's out shooting at golf balls at 300. Nice. That was actually the most upvoted comment in the impossible shots. I just, for the life of me, haven't been able to get out to somewhere over 300 yards to shoot the golf ball thing. Done it before, but that was the most voted up comment on the last impossible shot. So that'll be the next video. Let's see. What's the lowdown on the new Vudoo ownership? I don't know. I heard rumors that they're now owned by another, like an individual. So like the company itself was bought out. As far as Greg and the guys who do the in and out work, like this, you know, the meat and potatoes of the company, I don't think anything has changed there. So just ownership, but I don't know anything about it other than that's also what I heard, that they're under new ownership. Got Mr. KFW. Let's see. I decided to go with 12-inch ARCA lock rail for my new 4% MTR and then letting it so it sits flush with a forend. Yeah, good idea. Love it. That driver was a nerve-wracking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I modified the crap out of mine. I put QD cups in it. I've got lead in the forend, but I know what you're saying. Let's see. I'm not even reading. Yeah, actually, I'm going to. Who we kidding? You like them long, don't you? I like the thick forend. Once you let one perv in here from Missouri, it's all over. Like, don't you have like a meeting that you have to go to legally? I wonder, is it even legal for you to be on a live stream commenting? Thoughts on 17 HMR? Dude, it's been so long since I shot 17 HMR. Ballistically, it's better than 22, right? Even though it's lighter. I was actually talking to someone else, and actually Clay on here. So it's ballistically, it's better. So if I was going to do like prairie dogs out to 200 yards, I'd probably take a 17 HMR because BC wise, it's going to be better. But I don't really shoot a lot. It's not allowed in competition, so it's not something I focus on. PDC chassis. I shot one. I've shot two actually now. They're good chassis. I think that they're well made. Aesthetically, I don't like them as much, but they are quite a bit cheaper. And if you're just looking for functionality of a chassis, then I think it's a good option. But for me, if I'm going to drop the coin, whether it be, you know, half of whatever I would spend, aesthetically, like it has to look good to me or it's just never going to work out. And the PDCs just have never really appealed to me as far as looks. So that's kind of kept me from owning them. Let's see. Got a CZ 457 MTR. Would you say get a RemX now for PRS build trainer or wait for any new actions? It doesn't hurt to wait. So Elemental Industries has a new action that's coming out. I think it's going to be RemX-like. I've never seen it. It's supposed to be coming in the next couple months. I will also be reviewing that. So I think you got the 457 right now. And then, you know, we're looking at the L3I Stinger action coming out, which basically I think is a 40X. And then you got the Elemental Industries action coming out as well. So I would not rush into just getting a RemX. I don't know how those other ones are going to pan out, but you will see it here on the channel and should be within the next 2 months. I'm hoping, because I'll be gone most of July doing my military training, but I'm hoping this stuff is like, it's not even available yet anyway, but I'm hoping August is when I get my hands on it and I'll hit the ground running with the Stinger and the Elemental Industries chassis or action. Sorry. Let's see. I'm looking to update my scope. I want to track torque, however, I don't know if I should go with a 425 VHT or the ELR. Is it worth trade of elevation or the extra 5X? I honestly have both. Shoot both. I don't think you're going to notice. You're going to save a little bit of money going the 4-25 route, and I think that's way more competitive in the current market, considering that the Mark IVs are out, considering all the other scopes that are out there. The 4-25 has a crap ton of elevation. It's the same good glass, same reticle. It's really hard to go wrong with that scope. I would definitely seriously consider the 4-25. Let's see. That's a good one. When you practice to use your match ammo, I have a second tier for that. So like an idiot, I used to use my match ammo to practice, and then I would burn it all up, and then I'd be rebuying match ammo all the time. And for those of you guys who know, at one point, like a year or so ago, I was a sponsored shooter for Eley, nothing to do with the channel or anything, just for competitive shooting. That's no longer a thing. We ended that last year. And now, like, even then, like, I was buying a lot of ammo. Now I'm buying more ammo, obviously, because I don't have any kind of help on that end. But so now, especially, I shoot team for practice ammo. I shoot my tested Eley match just for matches. Like once I get my dope with it, true the gun up, and get everything squared away, I leave that for matches now, and it lasts a whole lot longer. Should have done that from the get-go, but you know, it's hard not to be dumb sometimes, especially when a gun hammers something. You kind of want to shoot it all the time. Let's see. We got Mr. Redneck Preppy in the house. Let's see. We got new people coming in. Looking to buy CZ47. Like to shoot suppress. Would I be better to buy MTR and have the barrel threaded like a Smith? Environment priority comes. If you're gonna shoot it suppressed, and I'm not like picking on you here, I would imagine like that like pinpoint accuracy isn't like the most important thing to you, because quite honestly, like the suppressor kind of makes that a little harder because you got a can that's changing volumes all the time. And if you tip the gun up, now that stuff gets in your action. Most real, like for somebody who just wants flat out precision, typically they're going to avoid suppressors. So in that case, yeah, I mean, you stand just about as good a chance as getting just as good a shooter out of the varmint as you do the MTR. The only difference in those barrels is a match chamber. Match chamber doesn't necessarily just mean that it's generically just better all the time with every ammo. So I would just go with a varmint, and that way you won't have to get it Smith and all that stuff. It'll come threaded, shoot it suppressed, and find the right ammo. It still should do pretty well for you. Let's see. Have you tested the new Eley? No, actually, I have a buddy of mine who has the new Eley Ultra. He shot it, and actually, I will attempt to show you the groups, but it was not good. At his gun, it was not good. Let's see. He sent it to me. It was like a 1-inch group of 50, and the SD and ES was not good. And the weird thing, actually, yeah, he recently, let's see if you guys can see that. Focus. Well, you get the point. Let me get up closer. Maybe you can see it. There we go. It's backwards for you, but you see the group size. And the crazy thing to me is that the one thing I really love about Eley is a silver bullet, because it's so much easier to see in the air. And for long range shooting, especially PRS stuff, I mean, like seeing that bullet in flight to know it missed left, it missed right, whatever, is like invaluable. And this new Eley Ultra has like a black, like Lapua looking bullet. Like it's not a Lapua bullet. I actually looked at him up close next to Lapua bullets just to make sure, because I already heard that rumor. It's not a Lapua bullet. It is Eley's making that bullet. Like I don't know where or how, but it's not a Lapua bullet. But it is the same color, so it's the same lead. So yeah, I'm not sure why they did that. I'm sure they had some sort of reason, but all that to say, I don't have a ton of hope for it. Let's see. Seen a new match coming to Burlington, North Carolina. Love to see it. Yeah, what new match is there? Or I don't know if you're asking that, but if there's a new match coming, I would like to know, because I'm in Burlington or around Burlington. It would be pretty cool. But the one I want to do, I think I'm going to try and host it in Franklinville, which is like Zoo City Armory. I got to talk to them about it still. But that's where I want to do the DMR Rimfire match. Let's see. I'm getting behind again. Know of any single M-Lock weights that are heavier than Crawford and lipped? Element 4.0 bigger wings. I have one open M-Lock slot and about 8 for balancing. Already have internals and weighted ARCA. Not one M-Lock slot. All the weights I know are 2. Now you could put a set of gray ops on it. I think I might have. Hold on, let me show you. It'll be easier. Yeah, here we go. So these are the gray ops weights, and you can see if it'll focus. It has an M-Lock slot in there. So potentially you could add these and then put your Baker wings on these. So you'll add weight plus your Baker wings on top. It'll make the forend wider, which is not a bad thing. But that could work. I mean, I'll tell you now, these are not cheap. I bought like 5 sets of these. They're crazy expensive, but they're my favorite weights just because they're so modular. Let's see. RWS long gone, Lapua near impossible. Any end to this site? I don't know. I think you'll see RWS on the U.S. market again very soon. I think they're dragging their feet coming. Lapua is just going to be hard. If you're not going to the test center, you're probably not going to have a good shot at it. But yeah, and this is actually Len. He's the guy who tested that Ultra, and his gun hammers. He's got a RemX, shoots really good, so it's not the gun. Yeah, and then I forgot Hasbro. He's the one who, I think the only video I've seen so far who's tested it. But yeah, he had it, and it did not look very promising at all. So yeah, let's see. He said it's on practice. Is it a Rimfire match, like a PRS match? Definitely gonna have to check that out. If so, like, what's the name of it? I'll look it up here actually and see. What was the price? I think the barreled action, and Tom may know this better than me. I think it's around $1,000 for the barreled action, if I remember right. Do you know of a chassis manufacturer for a CZ457 on the left hand? So I guess an inletted XLR, because they're ambidextrous. So, and they do a CZ inlet. Let's see, probably PDC. And there's always one I forget. Somebody will chime in down below. Usually you guys are here. Let's see. Mr. Daniel Martin from Kentucky. Thanks, brother. Yeah, no, I appreciate you supporting us and grabbing those shirts. It was a pretty good shirt run we had. I think like 50 orders across the Sun shirts and the other shirts. What we ended up doing there. Let's see. How much does bullet lube affect accuracy? I know everyone has secret sauce. So I don't actually think the bullet lubricant really affects accuracy. The reason why there is lubricant on 22 is because it's lead projectiles. And without the lubricant, you'll let up your barrel really quickly. So I actually know some people who experimented trying to do their own lubrication. And what they end up doing was leading the crap out of their barrel. So I don't really think that the intent is for accuracy. I'm sure they think it plays a small part, but really it's just to keep the barrel lubricated so that it doesn't lead. That's pretty much how I understand it. And I've cross-contaminated a bunch and not really seen anything. Of course, you know, Eley is a little bit thicker of a lubricant. So that's also why I think Eley shoots a little bit hotter, because it builds a little bit more peak pressure and there's a little bit more frictional force on the bullet as it's going down the barrel. So that will create more velocity versus the very thin lubricant that Lapua uses. And I'm just spitballing here. None of this is proven anywhere. Spoiler alert, 6-inch group at 200 yards. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't expecting a lot when I saw it. I had high hopes for the Eley Ultra, but yeah. So I was actually talking to the guy, one of the guys, I don't know if he's still in here, but Clay, I was actually talking to him. Like I said, you know, me and Eley are no longer a thing or whatever. I still shoot Eley ammunition. Like, I'll preach that. I'm going to shoot that probably till I stop shooting 22, because the benefit you get from seeing that bullet is just irreplaceable. But, you know, like, I'm kind of glad I'm not like in that mix, like, because I have to be honest with you guys. It's so easy to tell if people aren't being honest. I've always been upfront and honest. And whether I was sponsored by Eley or not, which of course I no longer am, I would review the ammo, and if it sucked, that's what you guys would see. And I'm sure that would be a little weird if I was still sponsored. Let's see. Trying to catch back up here if I can, if my mouse will respond. Gun shop near me has RWS and Lapua and bricks, 160 bags, but they have it. Yeah, it's probably why they still have it. Here's Mr. Tom. Barreled action supposed to be 1100 with 2 mags with a 24-inch 120 straight, 1-16. Perfect. Yeah, that's a pretty freaking solid deal. If it's a good action, like $1,100 for a barreled action, it's hard to beat. I mean, that's Bergara heavy barreled money for what I think is going to be like a 40X. I don't want to say clone, but I mean, I guess they're all clones because, you know, it's the same deal. But yeah, that would be good. If it's good, you know. I don't know because we haven't seen them, but RAD, long range, is the name of the Burlington match. Let me not forget that because I'm really interested in that. I got people texting me here too. Let me go to practice score. Sorry, I'm being rude. I don't want to forget this match. It's in my backyard somehow. Let's see what else. Day at the range occasionally calls you. Dude, he doesn't occasionally call me out. He consistently calls me out. When are you going to take your L like a man? So I like shooting the day at the range challenges, but I just don't have, like, right now it's 90-some degrees. I'm trying to, like, shoot PRS matches and get to, like, regionals to get to nationals. I'm trying to, like, satisfy all the videos that I haven't made that I want to make. And it's hard to, like, sit out there and be like, okay, well, I'm going to go shoot this because I have X amount of ammo, like, and I've got X amount of videos to do and X amount of budget. And between practicing and the other thing, it's hard to say I'm going to go shoot the challenge video, take that time away from not doing a video like that I'm already delinquent on or whatever, or that I should be practicing with. It's just tough. I mean, I love Elijah. I love those challenges. And hopefully when I get back, whatever the challenge is, I'll be able to jump on that one because I'm hoping towards the end of the year, the ammo situation is a little better. It's not as hot, and I should have my PRS matches in the books and just be waiting on regionals. So hopefully I'll go take my L at some point. I definitely don't mind, losing those matches. I was always different anyway. The day at the range things, I always treated them as like a one and done, like maybe twice if like people were messing with me about it. But a challenge target to me is like something you go shoot once and what you get is what you get, kind of like your cold performance. And but I mean, the reality is that you're going to be competing against people who are going to shoot 20 targets and then, take the best of that 20. So, if you're not willing to do that, you're probably already at a disadvantage, not that it's like really a big competition because it's all for fun, but that's kind of where I'm at with him. But again, I love Elijah, love his channel, love what he does. And I wish I could do more. It's just kind of hard to do it right now. Oh boy, Chris, you ain't going to take, if you start shooting F class, I will, well, I'm driving to Missouri anyway, but when I do come to Missouri, I'll have to run afterwards, but I will pimp slap you in the next week. And then I'm going to have to run away. Then I'm going to have to come back because I plan on staying at your house. So that's going to be a weird situation. Let's see. Rebarreling my CZ455 with 29-inch Bartlett 125 blank purely for Benchrest shooting. Would you go 20 or 20? Easy, 26. Also, how bad will chamber it for Lapua headspace hurt if you can't find it? It's not bad. So you don't really need to chamber it for Lapua headspace. I mean, like you do whatever, whatever your gunsmith is going to want you to do. That's fine, but it's not going to hurt a ton of stuff. But yeah, I would go 26 inches if it's like a Benchrest gun for sure. Got Mary Thellen, nice having you, appreciate it. Clay's still in there. And then Tom's calling out Chris, telling him he's got matches right next to him. He's got no excuse. Let's see. Has the new L3i 24-inch 118 been discussed? No, I haven't gotten one yet. Money's just channel money's been really tight, and so it's just a lot of stuff's going on. Hopefully, I'll be able to get my hands on one and test it. But yeah, coming hopefully soon. Let's see. We got Mr. Matt. What's up, brother? Nice having you. Let's see. We got Tom talking junk about monthly matches. The magic bullet again. Yeah, that's right. I love those. I don't care. I hope you guys stop shooting them, especially Midwest boys. Don't shoot Eley. Shoot whatever else you want. And yes, they are excuses 100%. They're good excuses, at least for me. Let's see. Got Mr. Jeff Frankowski. Nice having you, brother. So this is what will help. You need to hit those guys up on social media. Tell them Josh is broke because he's buying all this freaking 22 ammo, and tell them that they need to send a barrel in for a review, and don't be scared. They won't be scared, but I talk to those guys every now and again. But yeah, they, I'm sure I'll get my hands on one, but like right now I can't buy one. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. We got Mr. Noah 11213 from Colorado. What's up, brother? Nice having you, man. Appreciate you watching. And we got Lock-O Lot. Hey, man, just started watching your channel last month. Had a CZ 452 on, picked up 457. Nice. Yeah, you will not be disappointed. 457s are awesome. And I need to not forget what I was doing because I was supposed to be looking up this matches. I think it was RAC. See what pulls up. Oh boy, that is not pulling up. Let me go back. Ignore me for a second while I go back and find this comment about the match. RAD. That's why. You gotta search the right stuff on Practice Score, apparently. There we go. August is the first one. Jim Barnwell Road, Burlington. I will definitely have to check that out. All right, let's see. What are the top budget ammo you found working on your gun so far? Budget. Team used to be like $12 a box. It jumped up, so that's not really budget anymore. The SK stuff, I usually have pretty good luck with. You'll find SK stuff that's going to work good enough for what you need it to do. I tend to just, if I'm buying SK, just to go with a rifle match. Had mixed results with SK long range match, but I would say probably check SK rifle match would be a good place to start. Eley team, if you can still find it cheap enough. Some of the places are, crazy expensive. Yeah, so the Christensen Arms, man, I've had a ton of people ask me about that. I've never been a Christensen Arms person. Maybe I'll reach out to them and see if we can work something out just to review it, because I've probably had 20 people ask me about it. From what my experiences, what my viewpoints was before of those rifles is that they're not really competitive rifles. They're a little on the expensive side. But outside of that, I don't know, because you don't see them in matches. So, but I'm going to try and maybe reach out to them and see if I can take a look at one, because so many people have asked about the Christensen Arms. So they may tell me to kick rocks, but we will leave. Oh, Jay Gore, don't leave us hanging. PRS. Okay, so this is what it says for the RAD Rimfire. This is in Burlington, North Carolina. It's a 22 long rifle positional rimfire match with barricades and interactive targets. Target distance range from 25 to 200 plus yards. Target size from quarter up to 10 inches. Normally 8 stages, 10 12 shots. So PRS style. I don't think it's a PRS sanctioned match. For mature shooters who can't jump around barricades to be accommodated from shooting off a bench. Something for everyone. Makes a good day of shooting. Friendly competition. Yeah. Bring a chamber flag. Pay at the door. And it is August 25th. I don't know how that looks as far as my other matches, but I'm going to see. Let's see. How's that 22 build treating you? Any updates? Which build, man? I am lost. You may not even be talking to me. But which one? Yeah, it's been crazy. Speaking of CZ4, it's amazing me that no one is making a similar action and bolt-only option. It's what 9% of us want. Yeah, that's true. Some machine shop can make a mint. Order a DPG from Kenny. I think they're probably worried about getting sued from CZ. And CZ probably knows that they would sell a ton of barreled actions, but they're not going to, because then they're not going to sell all their stocks and barrels. Mr. Harold Presley is supposed to be PRS. Not sure if it's sanctioned or not. PRS style. Also, Tar Heel 3 guns hosting sanctioned PRS matches in Marshville. Yeah, I did see that one. That's one of my makeup matches. Like if I didn't get like a 95% or higher at one of the ones I was planning on going to, the Tar Heel one was going to be a makeup for me. It doesn't look like the RAD match will be PRS sanctioned because simply because they have like an alternative, like you can shoot off a bench if you can't shoot off props, which would be illegal. Like, because you can't have people scored the same, like shooting off different stuff. But it seems like a good match and is right down the road. So hopefully my schedule lines up and I'll shoot that. Maybe I'll bring the cameras along for the ride and we'll have some fun. Let's see. Talking RemX, been talking to Modicam about doing a ModX. If you're someone that only has a push feed every few hundred rounds, do you think it's worth it? No, I mean, I don't think it's a must-have. I think it's a want-to-have kind of thing, right? Like, I mean, you shoot plenty of most of it is in mag height adjustment. Like, so typically you won't have a push feed, but if you can identify it and like it's not like gonna kill your stage, like if you shoot kind of quick anyway, you're good in and out of positions, and you have something to clear it like on the gun, like is it that big of a deal? Probably not. Would it be nice to have? Yeah, sure. I mean, but even with mine, it was not frequent. Like it's a nice mod to have, but it's not necessary. That's for sure. Let's see. What's your favorite tripod? Most popular? Well, probably the most popular one right now is the one that's holding up this camera. That's the T3 Dauntless, because it's like a not like really right stuff price tripod. That's an inverted leg design. Because so many people are shooting rear tripod now. It's freaking disgusting how popular it is. And I'll be the first to tell you guys, I'm the biggest rear tripod support hater out there. I hate it. Like, I don't like that we do it. I understand why people have to do it to remain competitive. And I don't shoot PRS centerfire. But for rimfire, I hate rear tripod support because it takes the difficulty away from the prop. The match director designs a prop and a target size based on the difficulty of the prop. If we allow all the rear tripod support on every stage, then the only thing the match director can do to make things harder is reduce the target size. You start reducing the target size to make it competitive again. Now it's harder for people getting in the sport. Now you have to have some level of like, you've got to have a custom gun that shoots, 0.25 at 50 to compete, and that's not good overall for anybody. Like, I think the sport should remain about the shooter and, somewhat the equipment. But so I'm a hater. If there's ever been a hater on freaking rear tripod support, hate it, hate it, hate it. So I don't really love any tripod because they hold camera equipment for me. But that's popular. Really right stuff's popular. I'm terrified to see how far this rear tripod and stuff will go. Like, and I just started this. You'll see this in a video. I just started using the SkyPod. I love this thing for a couple of reasons. Don't typically shoot off a bipod a lot anyway, but this thing is very good at what it does. But I also do think that going to an NRL Hunter match with a rear tripod and a freaking octopole SkyPod is kind of ridiculous. Like at what point do we just bring a foldable table and just unfold it on the clock and shoot off of it if you're going to be able to extend a bipod 3 feet and then use a rear tripod? Again, I'm going off on a tangent. I understand a lot of people don't have any problems with it. I understand I'm a hater. I admit it. I hate on it. But that's just how I feel about it. But yeah, getting off my soapbox, back to the questions. Boy, some rear tripod will get me fired up. I hate it, but it is what it is. Let's see. DIY or gunsmith, adding ARCA rail to 4% MTR. Does drilling in stock constitute a permanent change that eliminates the rifle from some? No, I don't think so. I think in some, like PRS or NRL, I was talking to somebody, you can't have like internal weights, so you couldn't like hog out the front of your stock and put weights in it. But like an ARCA rail attached to it should never violate any rules anywhere ever. If it does, that organization needs to rethink their rules, because that's dumb. But yeah, so I think you'd be totally safe for that. Let's see. A lot of people comment about their ammo choice. Let's see. And to that comment, no, oh crap, I didn't get it. The ARCA rail should not push you in open. That should not be a thing. Have you seen issues with a 4 that says not pulling spent case out of the chamber? Yeah, it can happen. A lot of times it's headspace. So a lot of times it's guys swapping a barrel, like a non-shimmable barrel, and like just laws of stacking tolerances, things get out, and usually the extractor and holder are not the problem. Usually it's headspace, but you could have a bad extractor holder. Well, let's see. Yeah, I see what you're saying about, slightly, but they're such a giant company. I mean, I think if it's anything remotely close to that, you're probably going to get a cease and desist. But let's see. Easy question. You had to pick one drop in. I mean, the Modicam barrel is a drop in, and obviously mine is a freaking hammer, so I have to pick that. Like my Modicam barrel is great, and I don't know, it's just been really good. So, for me, it would be Modicam, then Lilja, and that's kind of stacked accordingly to price. Obviously the Modicam is more money. So I actually answered a comment about that today. It's really a matter of budget. The Modicam is more expensive. If you don't want to spend Modicam money on a drop-in barrel, and go Lilja. Those would definitely be my recommendation. So we got Mr. Jeffrey Pelletier. What's up, brother? So Robbie, how's Pristine Action treating you lately, or custom budget centerfire action for a family member? The action's been good. So the one thing I didn't know is I hosed myself, and maybe this will save you or anybody else. It's not a controlled feed. It's like a push feed, which is fine, centerfire. My problem was mine's in 223. I had the chamber throated all crazy, so I can run really long ELDMs. Like I have to basically I'm loading them max mag length 75 ELDMs. Problem is they're very pointy, and it being a push feed, like one out of every magazine, the bullet would jump into the chamber, and the point would be buried into the hard edge of the chamber, and it would just hang up. So just know that it's a push feed. It's not a controlled feed. So don't load a 223 super long with super pointy bullets like ELDMs. Outside of that and every other circumstance, it has worked very well for me, and I've been very happy with it. I'm probably going to get it rechambered to a factory 223 chamber and shoot 77s. That was probably the right answer from the beginning for that, but I can't fault. It's not the action doing it. It's just the nature of the beast. It's a push feed action. It's not a controlled round feed. So let's see. Trying to catch up. Funny to hear to say about a rear track. Mastering didn't allow it for a long time until people griped about it. We finally started allowing them. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to use Simmons as an example. All of Simmons matches at BOD were no rear tripod. He would say tripods are for spotting only, but fast forward, he's being, he's a competitive shooter in PRS centerfire. Everybody uses it. So, it's do I think that should sway a match director? No, let people cry. They're going to come no matter what, if the match is good. But, Chris is shooting rear tripod, but to be competitive with those guys, you kind of have to. And I just don't like it for the sheer fact of from a match director's standpoint, it eliminates the difficulty of a prop. You make a net fence, for example. That's hard to shoot off of. That you have to time trigger pulls. All your movements are exaggerated. That's difficult to shoot off of. And you put a big, a fairly generous target for that kind of prop. But when a guy shows up with a fixed bag plate to the front of his rifle and a rear tripod, now that net isn't really difficult. It's just holding the front of the rifle, and it's not going to move a lot. It may oscillate a little bit, it's going to settle. So I don't like it from that standpoint. And yeah, agree. I suck at rear tripod. I've shot it maybe a couple times just to mess around and try it. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a few people on here who shoot matches with me, see me at matches even recently. I bring one bag. Like, I bring a game changer. That's it. I don't bring pump pillows. I don't bring like 4 different bags, whatever. Like, I'm going to use like the game changer, and that's it, off of everything. So I can tell you this: if I were to publicly make like a series for DMR match Rimfire, the gear restrictions would be off the chart. Like, you can have any bipod you want, but it's not extended past like 1 foot. Like 12 inches, you extend it past 12 inches, you're done. No pump pillows over like a 14 by 14. Definitely no rear tripod. None all this crazy stuff that's coming out. I would restrict it all. It would very much be brought back to like a shooter in a bag and your skill. That's what you bring. But again, soapbox. Let me get off that. Let's see. I got a Harris bipod extends to 20. It never leaves my bag. Yeah, I mean, some of it's crazy. Now, like this, this is the double pull. The one crazy thing that you could really do with this, let's see if I can, is this thing is super wide, but like when you fully extend this thing, you could span a huge tire. I see that as an advantage, and I don't really think that that's gaming it so much. But like when they put a big tire down, now I'm going to throw a bag on the front leading edge of the tire and just shoot off of it. But you could definitely use this and span that gap. So there are some uses for these kind of things. But, when you start getting carried away with stuff, it gets kind of crazy. Let's see. Trying to get caught up. As always, I have not shot a JE. I want to. They're really cool. Actually, I think MDT bought them out or whatever, I was trying my damnedest to get one of those at like a really heavily discounted price to have on the channel. Didn't work out, as you can tell. I don't have one, but I would like to get one. Let's see. We got Mr. Len. Yeah, I know a guy that got the mod CZ drop in first group was 0.1. Yeah. He's talking about the CZ drop and barrel. Mutual friend of ours, more his friend. That thing it freaking hammered. It almost irritated me because I think it shot better than my barrel. I mean, it freaking hammered. And my gun and barrel hammers, but his was ridiculous. Should have stole that. Hindsight. Let's see, Mr. RAK. I had 2 push speeds in my first 12 rounds of RemX. I bought one of the tools from A&J, epoxy and 308 case. That's a good idea. M-Lock Match Saver. Yeah, for emotional support. Yeah, I have one of those tools. But mine is like, it's like a printed one, but it's already like a 308 6.5 case, so it'll fit into a match saver. Let's see. Just trying to, if I'm skipping your comments, it's not because I'm not reading them. I'm reading them, but I'm just bringing up the ones with questions. Let's see, this is about stuck casings. One stuck for 75 to 100 rounds, even after a fresh cleaning. So it's not the chamber, it's not the things. Could be slight wear on the extractor. Maybe the hook has kind of like some part of it has kind of worn down or something. Yeah, so I haven't tested them yet, but Valkortsen has re-released, redesigned their extractors. You guys probably saw that video where it didn't have a real good go at it, but apparently they redesigned them from one person who was letting me know by email. They tested them and the new ones did work very well. So that may be an option for you just to try that. Let's see. Not sure how, but there are rings that resemble reamer chatter in cold hammer forged barrel, but that's what it looks like. You mean down the length of the barrel, I assume? That is that happens. I think it's just how the barrel's made, actually. I just called my priest. He said rear tripods were a tool of the beast. Yeah, that may be true. Let's see. See, very nice. Kid seems to be way to go for 1022. I'm a pistol shooter as well. Do you shoot the indoor matches at the range by the zoo, bullseye style spring? I don't. I haven't been out there. I haven't shot any pistol stuff since I shot USPSA. Besides the DMR stuff, that's got me shooting, center fire pistol and rimfire pistol again. But that's pretty much been it. Traphead rear support reminds me of square trucks. Hey, look at me. Well, Tom, Skypod double pull is well worth money for the few stages you can game. It's make a huge difference. Yeah. I tell you, a big thing for me is I have both here because I was going to talk about it. So I still love my Atlas, but you're kind of just fixed to this. So that's the legs deployed. And you guys have seen me shoot it a lot. I actually mentioned the video shot today. I shoot like this off my bench a lot because I need the front of the rifle lower to shoot at my 50 yard. And one big thing for me is having this is I basically can shoot the legs straight up and down. I just take them out to their max adjustment and it's low enough. And then when I want to shoot 100, all I've got to do is come up one adjustment on one leg. And so the versatility is pretty crazy on these. And I think, if you're just, not shooting a lot of like challenging props or things like that, then probably not worth it. But, for the few circumstances, and if you got the money, and, it's pretty good to go. You're good, brother. Trust me. That's the chat is for you guys. It's not just for me. You got to feel free to hijack it all you want. Mr. Grumpy's out. Appreciate you watching. Let's see. Mr. K. Caldor. Hey, Josh, love your channel. Got me into buying 3 457s in a month. What do you do when you're not making videos? So my full-time job is an IT guy for a credit card organization. And so that's my 9 to 5, although in Versat, because I work night shift. I'm also in the North Carolina National Guard. And then I do YouTube, and then I'm also shooting matches and stuff. So, but that's what I do on like my main actual paying gig is IT work in a data center. It's not real exciting, but let's see. Getting that Bartlett cut for an Eric Cortina tuner. Do you have an opinion on tuners for a 22? So yeah, of course I got. There's another slippery slope. Not to offend anybody. Do tuners work for rimfires? Yes, 100%. They work. They effectively change the harmonics of the barrel, which will change kind of like your harmonic node and your accuracy. My problem is, say, if you're going to shoot PRS or NRL, I would avoid the tuner because what I found when I tested was that I would get a tuner setting, but it wasn't consistent. My gun was more consistent without the tuner than with the tuner. Now, if I was shooting F-class rimfire or Benchrest, where you have siders where you can adjust it every time you go to shoot, like I'm shooting tomorrow, I go there, I set up, I've got siders, and I can tweak on my tuner, then yeah, go for it. For PRS, NRL type stuff, I think it's going to cost you more ammo because you're going to play with it all the time trying to find the next best thing instead of saving you ammo, which is what I think most people think getting into it. They're like, well, I'll just buy any ammo and I'll tune it in. I think it's going to cost you consistency based off of what I shot with mine. Hey, fellas, listening, playing Days while live stream is up. I don't know what Days is. I might be telling off my age. Yeah, I don't know anything about video games anymore. Let's see. More comments about tuners. Let's see. Gray Birch has some interesting stuff. Seems similar to Centerfire when ideally you have your load set up, use a tuner to dial in environmental variables. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, and the other side of it, what Kenny said too, is it's obviously going to have a greater effect on a skinnier profile barrel. You get one of these 125s, 120s, that's a lot of material there. So the tuner effects are going to be greatly reduced by that. It's one of those things, but I can tell you from playing with one, I have one on my factory Vudoo barrel. I tested it across 5 days, and I've done this test several times. And my gun with just the barrel was just more consistent and average better. And I can tell you this, I shot a crap ton more ammunition playing with the tuner, because that next perfect group is just a twist away, and then it's the next twist away, and the next, and then I'm going to test all of it again. And I mean, you end up shooting a crap ton of ammunition chasing it. If you're disciplined enough to where you're not going to do that, then it's probably a better deal. But I am not. I'm also always going to chase it. And so it just cost me out the freaking wazoo in ammo. I mean, I was just shooting a crap at ammo trying to find the best setting. Let's see. I hear you. At least it don't cost primers. Yeah, that's true. That's a big one. We got Mr. Hasbro. Question for Kenny, asking how the RemX mod's holding up. Any issues? Sure looks like the way to go. I'm sure Kenny will answer that one. Well, there it is, I think. CZ4 Extractors, first batch be done this week. Start sending emails out to folks I built rifles for to start taking in the mod. Nice, yeah. 1 to 3 week turnaround. Yeah, I'm waiting. I forgot, actually. Kenny is doing CZ457 extractors too. So if you're wondering about replacements, Cortson is out there now, I think, with their redesign one. Kenny has his coming out, and I think they're wire EDM cut. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure they're wire EDM cut. So they should be, just like factory parts. Let's see. And yeah, so we're almost caught up. It's like the first time I've been caught up in a while. I did want to talk about this. I've seen this at a match, and after I own both of these, and I've seen it several times, then we'll get back to the comments. So I shoot L3I mags, and I've had good luck. Here you have the Gen 2, right? As you can tell, it's injection molded, not 3D printed looking. And then the Gen 1, 3D printed, right? I had people asking me, and people who were talking about having rounds stand straight up and having a feeding problem with these. And I saw this for myself, and of course, this is the old one. This is the new one now. It hasn't happened on the new one. I haven't seen it. But on the old one, what happens is these get hot during the day, especially when it's hot out of the matches. And I think something happens with the feed lips. And because I had 2 guys with these Gen 1s at match 2 weeks ago, both of them had the same thing. When we got towards the end of the day, it was really hot. Mags were hot. They both had them stand up, and I was ROing them, so I got to see it when it happened. So I've seen people kind of ask about or had those problems, and I think it's just a Gen 1 L3I mag problem. I haven't seen it with the Gen 2, but if that's happening to you, it's likely a heat issue. And if this is all you have, then I would suggest take this and put it in your bag in between stages, or in your pocket or somewhere. Keep it out of the sunlight, keep it out of the heat, to help prevent that. But that's just something I saw during the matches. I wanted to bring that up. Let's see. What did we miss? Get back to comments now. 1 to 3 week turnaround. That's what we have. Sharpshooter. When we see a collab. Let's see. Boys are pitching for me in here. Does your wife hate when you have more products than her? Your skin is absolutely glowing this evening. That's natural. That's just natural beauty. And that's a $200 light making me look glowy. I'm hideous. So turn the light off, and it's terrible. Let's see. You can technically pre-fit a RemX cut with extractor grooves. I'll showcase that. Zermatt thread mills, receivers, so barrels can line up with 2 degrees. Yeah, I've noticed that too, Kenny. Like technically the RemX, like technically it's like with extractor cuts, like it should work. And I've seen a lot of these barrels, like they all index the same, to where some guys, they do their pre-fits. They just they mark the barrel, and then it's going to somebody, and it times up in the orientation that you would expect it to see the marking on the barrel. So I think that would definitely be possible. Got Mr. Canuck. Oh, we got some Canadian pride going on here. I feel bad about it's his name. It's his name. It's Canuck, guys. All you other Canadians, don't get mad. It's his name. Let's see. Any Bergara BMR love? No. I think the Bergara BMR was made to try and compete with base class, fit that thing. But to be honest, the 457 kills it. It was made to be a base class rifle. I reviewed one I was on a loaner, and it can't compete with the 457. And both being base class, nah, you can't. It's not going to compete with the 457. The mags are small and stuff like that, but the CZ just does it. Let's see. I'll have an installation that shows how to install the C-clip. There's no stretching over the bolt. Oh, that's for his mod, I think. Yeah, John, I can send over a bolt. You should be able to use your RemX. Yeah, I would love to test it. I think people would like to see it. There's 2 different ways of obviously doing it. We've got 2 different gunsmiths, one with a Vudoo style extractor, and then CZ. And God knows I love me some CZs. I probably got CZ spare parts coming out the wazoo, but I think I could just put the bolt head on, probably just a bolt head, and just put it on my bolt and run it. And it should, everything else should work. Everything should be within tolerance, I would guess. But let's see. And appreciate you joining, Funis. Let me know you just became a member. I do appreciate that. If you did not get you should generically get the Discord invitation link kind of thing through that. If you don't, email me, josh@pursuitaccuracy.com, or send me a message wherever, and I'll get you that link, because you need to get on. The Discord is where it all happens. That's what both the YouTube members and Patreons, it all funnels to our Discord. We hold a monthly competition. Some of the guys are on here. Not going to talk a lot more about what entails the competition and what we do there, because that's kind of our business. We keep YouTube and everybody else out of our business, but we do run competitions, and they are competitive and they are fun, and I try and give away some prizes on that. And you're already a member, so you'll know more when you get in the Discord. But yeah, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Let's see. Kenny's taking over live stream. We can limit him. I don't care. I don't care. It's all relevant. I like having the whole Rimfire community on here, and I don't know everything, so I like having other people on here too, because I definitely don't have all the answers. Let's see. Nice. Grant won a local Benchrest match last week on 457 26. So were you? Oh, you had a little just so you were shooting an open then. That's pretty freaking good, man. That's probably a pretty tough win. Let's see. I have 2 L3i Gen 2s and a Bergara that are going back. I asked for tips earlier in chat, but the more I think about it, return them, you use the fact. So, I must have missed that, Scott. What kind of issues were you having? So I don't think I have. So this one, let me show you what I did. The problem I had was the way the extractor, or I don't know what you want to call it, the ejector, it was interfering with the mag. So when I would push the mag in, it would push it back and cause the bolt to be kind of bindy. And I didn't know, mag issue, or, I think it's more on the Bergara action, but this is what I did. So hopefully you can see it if it'll focus. Focus. See that little recess I put in there, how that isn't exactly the same. All that is a flat file. So, and I just took material off that part there so that it could not hit the ejector. And I use this as a Vudoo mag. Still, it doesn't affect that, but that's how I made sure, because mine, I didn't know if it was just my gun. I don't know if that's the same issue you're having, but maybe it is. That would be cool if I just helped you fix that. Let's see. The Fractal Peppers. Kenny, get your own podcast. He said, I got plans for that. Sorry about Josh. Good people. I have my own chats during the week. Yeah, I don't care, bro. I'm like, we don't care that you're here. So this is open for everybody. I mean, it's all collective community. So all good. See, we missed the DPG live stream, Kenny. More the merrier. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, as soon as when Kenny has his first live stream, I'm gonna jump on there and mess with him, just to mess with him. He doesn't really mess with me on here, but I think it'd be funny. We got Mr. Whippler, the creator of all the cool ammo holders. I still have 2 of them. I actually probably need to get another 1 or 2. I used to. So Whippler has these, I've shown them before, really cool ammo cases. I used to get some from them. And then when I would run into a junior shooter at a match or whatever, I would gift them that. Like somebody in my squad, junior shooter, I would gift them one of those. Just because I thought it was cool. And I thought that, something they would appreciate, something that is theirs. Because a lot of times they're shooting like dad's rifle or whatever. But they were not extremely expensive, but it was just something fun to do. I need to get with you and probably get 1 or 2 more for that. And somebody asked, let's see, a creator question. Editing software, I'm using Adobe Premiere, but I'm beginning to test Final Cut Pro. I use DaVinci Resolve. It's just, Adobe Premiere, Resolve, Final Cut, they're all pretty good. DaVinci, just what I learned, and I like it. It's like, like most editing software, it's way beyond what I'm going to do for a normal video or what I'm capable of doing, because it's like anything else. It's a skill. You have to learn a lot and remember a lot of that, to make things all the time. So, but yeah, that's what I use. And somebody else asked, where are my cases? Somebody asked about Whippler's case. Let me whip one out. Yeah. So the case is Project 13. He'll post it down there, the thing, but it's a hard ammo case, customized. So as you can see, this is my daughter's. You see, did all that. Got all the NRL insignia stuff, my channel logo, and then we got the insert with, it's kind of hard to see in the light, but really cool ammo cases. And like I said, these I got one for myself, one for my daughter. And then when I would run into a junior shooter at a match, I would kind of hook them up with one. They're just cool. Nice ammo case if you want to keep your stuff organized. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I found a nose up jam. Let me see. I don't want to miss this comment about the Brigar mags. There it is. I get nose up jams with the 3rd round and the 10th round every time. Shot 5 boxes trying to fix it. This I didn't want to pay that much money for a science. Yeah, I don't know about the nose up. Yeah, I would send them back. If you're having problems, mine have run like I think I have 3 of the Gen 2s. I use 1 in the Vudoo, 2 in the 2 in the Vudoo, 1 in the RemX. And then I have a Gen 1 that's like a backup. I haven't had any problems with mine, but obviously I know some people have problems. So yeah, I would just send it back. If it's nosing up, I don't think that's something you're going to resolve real easily. Let's see. Let's Let's see. DaVinci Resolve Assault. I use can earn live on Linux myself. Yeah, I like DaVinci. It was a little tough for me to learn, but it's been pretty good. Learning there is a growing community for 2020 long run. Josh, you and others have opened a new world for the newbies. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, the 22 community is like gonna keep growing and growing and growing. You know, it's evolving still. Like, who would have thought that new actions would be coming out in 2024? Who would have thought in 2024 you'd have 2 premier gunsmiths with a modification to the RemX rifle? Like, who would have thought that we'd be still waiting on billet Vudoo mags? For you Vudoo shooters, I know you get that. Like, but yeah, I mean, it's evolving still. Like, I think we're at the mercy of the ammunition, but like the rifle is kind of like the supporting equipment of the ammunition, and things are getting better. And it's nice to see. It's pretty cool. We got Central Arkansas PRS. Good evening, Josh. Watch from Hilton Head Beach, South Carolina. Well, we know who's got the money. I'm just messing with you, brother. Nice having you. Let's see. Arizona local NRL 22X match. I've been giving away rifles. Bro, I'm going to freaking fly to Arizona. Have you ever reviewed the Masterpiece Arms vertical grip? I have not. I have but it would be worthless for me to do it. Is there a way that I can do it? I don't have I need a grip. Oh, they're gonna shut me down. So if this was a grip, this would be just as effective for me as like a really nicely formed grip, because the way I shoot a grip is I rest my hand on the side of it and I curl my fingers in on the top of the grip, and then I push my trigger finger in. Like, not saying that's right, but that's what you should do. So the grip is almost irrelevant for me because I don't wrap my hand around the grip. I just rest the side of my hand on it and curl my fingers in. So for me, any grip works. Mostly it's just aesthetics for me on the grip that I do pick. I do like the ergos. You'll see those pretty commonly up there. I just like the way they look, and they're inexpensive. So that's what I've been shooting. Yeah, so Whippler, he's saying post a link, brother. I know you can do it. It's a Facebook deal. I'm banned from Facebook, so I don't have a Facebook link. But oh, he said I just dropped the website. Nice, sweet. Let's see. If you could only keep one of your rifle rigs, which one would it be? Holy crap! Dang it. It'd be between the Vudoo and the 457. My Vudoo has been untypically reliable. I'm not saying Vudoos aren't reliable, but mine has been crazy reliable. I don't even know how many rounds I got through that thing right now, and I'm on everything's factory. So I bought that action used, and I probably put 10 to 20,000 rounds on it, and it hasn't skipped a beat. Like, I've not replaced nothing. So, but the CZs are just, I don't know, really nice too. Boy, I guess it'd have to be the Vudoo, because I've shot and won so many matches, or, not won so many, but I've shot in so many matches and just had really good luck with it. But it would be hard decision to make. That's a hard answer, because I love my CZ too. But the easy answer, I guess, if I was only shooting matches, I would keep the Vudoo. If I was still running a YouTube channel, I would definitely keep the CZ, because it's way more relatable. And more people have CZs, so like the CZs just appeals to more people. So that's probably how that would roll. Let's see. Josh, I got it. Maybe I can get my price on your CZL3 mag so I can work on the mag release. Not sure why it didn't work for you, but yeah, I don't. Dirt ATV makes like a mag, and I had it. There it is. I got it right over here, actually. He makes this extended mag release, and it's more or less for the ACC, because it's really hard to get up in there and hit it. So this is obviously like an extension and going to be a lot easier to get to. Just for me on the L3i mag, it would come down and right before it would release, it would kind of hit the mag and just stop right there. And it still would release, but it wasn't like really, like it wasn't always a for sure thing. Sometimes I kind of had to bounce it. So for me, in the heat of the moment thing, I was like, for the Ultra mags, it may not work, but yeah, we need to get together. It's probably just something with my L3i mags. Did I get any other? Well, I have some, kind of. The guy, Len has some. He got some for me to test too. He did his testing. It wasn't good, but he's got a couple boxes for me to test. In order for me, which I probably just need to freaking ride up his way and get it because he needs some stuff dropped off. But I need to make that video because I think a lot of people want to see it. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Has anyone noticed with scope aperture that it makes a sweet spot for your eye relief much tighter? I've been messing around with 3D printing them. Any eyes? I haven't noticed that on the scopes that I run aperture rings on. But I think I like to think that I'm also very consistent on where my cheek is and where I'm at on the gun. I work more on being consistent on my gun than I almost do anything else. So I may just be getting away with it and not noticing it, but I haven't noticed it. Let's see. Had a decent finish at a local club match yesterday. Fit, trying to get my head back in the game. Nice. Yeah, it's 100% a mental battle. Like baseline of skills, practice, the equipment, and then a mental battle to not beat yourself. Let's see. Mr. Funes, Day of the Range, bringing a lot of attention to our little 22 way. It's going to be in Canada virtual competitions. Maybe the best way to draw young and new shooters into the game. Yeah, I mean, they are nice. And I don't, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't do any virtual competition stuff because I feel like that's Elijah's gig. I think now, more than anything, that's kind of what he's known for, dropping the target stuff. So I stay away from it. In a sense, I think a lot of us do that as YouTubers. If Kenny or if 22 Lima Romeo or Don over at Rimfire SS was making a video about one thing on one way, I wouldn't go out of my way I wouldn't make the same video as them. I wouldn't step on their toes. And it's, I don't even think that, I think a lot of us kind of do that. We kind of purposely, we all kind of do our thing our way. And so that's definitely his thing and he does it good. So hopefully it keeps drawing in more new people. Let's see. Let's see. Hopefully Whippler will not let you post a link. Oh, it might be. Let me pull it up and I will. It says I will post it. It may be blocking him for posting it. Bear with me. See if I can pull it up. Project13.com. Mine pulled up a Facebook thing, which I think you can still get to them from there. If nobody else has already done it, there it be. Which one is less picky on ammunition? C0 Vudoo. That's really the barrel kind of thing. In both, I got a Muller Works on one, a Krieger on the other. Neither one are really ammo picky. I think that really has a lot to do with the barrel blank, and getting one smithed up. That tends to take a lot of the pickiness away. That's one of the big benefits of going with somebody like Modicam, Kenny at DPG, is a couple of different things. One, barrels inevitably heat up. And so you have different materials and growing at different rates. You want everything trued so that as things get hotter and things stay true. That way you're not getting POI shift when things get hot. But I think the barrel blank has a lot to do with ammo pickiness and a good chamber. Mr. Whippler popping in. Let's see. Maybe I missed it, but have you ever talked about or tested the L3 barrel for 457? I have not, but if half of you that have asked about it, go on social media and tell them to send me one to test, or they're like, if you guys harass them, they will send me one. Like right now, like I flat out can't buy another barrel. I bought ammo. I'm getting ready to buy more ammo. Like the channel is broke for the time being. And I'm looking at the fact that the Stinger's coming out. And like I said, that is coming to me to test, but then I'm like buying it. Like it's not mine to just keep for the review. Several other things coming out that I'm buying for the channel to test. But so give those guys hell on social media. Tell them you want me to test it, and I'm sure they will find it and make it work. But yeah, we'll see. Well, these two comments are totally related. The Premier Gen 2, and then somebody asking, any new gear I'm excited about? Well, the Elite has been really good. I really have enjoyed shooting the Elite over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I just did a video on that today. Kind of old news, I know, but I thought people may find it interesting. Not like there's a lot of reviews of the Elite out there, but I kind of take a little bit of a different angle on the fact of like what I noticed differently about the Elite over the Premier, like what I think is better and if I think that's worth it. Also new to me, the SkyPod. That's been really good. But the thing I'm most excited about is the ACC Premier Gen 2 for the CZ. Like, I'm so ready for that, even though, like, my Premier with my, it's right behind me here. The Premier I have for my CZ now is custom Cerakoted. And so that sucks. Like, because I really want the new Gen 2, but I have a custom Cerakoted Premier Gen 1. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Have I messed with the Burst XTR3 Euro Bomb 610? I haven't. I don't know if 22 Lima Romeo is still on here. He has. I've only shot the XTR Pro, not the 3. I've never shot the 3. Let's see. Josh has a track torque. I think you mean the best. No, there's no best for 22 shooting. I mean, arguably the best is a Zico or a Tangent Theta. It's budget. That's what you need to look at. Like for scope is like what's your budget first and foremost, and then look at the scopes, because there's scopes that lead the class in every budget. Like at $1,400, the 4-25 is freaking hard to beat. At $1,500 now, the Mark IV, that's going to be really hard to beat. You get in between that and $2,000, the Zeiss is really hard to beat. You get up there, the fact that you can get an Element, I'm going brain dead. God almighty, the Theos, if you can, you can get that for $2,100, whatever. That's hard to beat. Like there's a lot of scopes at certain price ranges that are kind of class leaders. So it's more about where your budget's at than what's the best scope. Because if I just had like dumb money, I would have Tangent Thetas and Zicos on probably everything. But luckily for me, I don't have dumb money. I knew somebody would notice it. I don't know. I'm a nerd with that stuff, and I just love the way that thing looks. But yeah, gotta have the dark saber. This is the way. And who doesn't love some Mandalorian, man? I was never a big nerd like Star Wars nerd, stuff like that, but like the Mandalorian, I just really liked that series and just thought it was pretty cool. Let's see. Also, if you haven't seen a scout barrel in the N and MTR, it looks ridiculous, but in a cool way. Really, it makes me want to get a suppressor to slap on there. Oh, like a shorter barrel. Yeah. No, I definitely get that. Let's see. I really like my AC Gen 2 on my Bergara. The cutout in the front of the magwell. CZ looks very smart. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure. Really looking forward to that. Let's see. Vortex makes a Golden Eagle 15 to 60 second focal plane that you can get for almost 2/3 MSRP most shots. Been really good for my Benchrest setup. Don't try and hunt. Yeah, that would probably be a really good Benchrest scope for sure. Let's see. Oh, I like Athlon for the money. Athlon makes some really good stuff for the money too. I think now, like the Cronus is kind of like, and this is just my opinion. I think the Cronus is kind of outdone by the 4-25 tracked and by the Mark IV. Like, I don't know anybody right now at $1,500 who can like talk crap on the Mark IV. Like, there are some things that you're not getting. It's a 4-time magnification range, so you're not getting the big range of the other scopes. But man, what you do get is done very well for that money. But Athlon at a lot of the other ranges, price ranges, they do really well. Let's see, Lefty O, you are late. You are an hour and a half late because I'm really about to freaking get the heck out of here in a little bit. Let's see. Mr. Whippler, buy the best glass you can afford. Yeah, I can see that. Razer Gen 3 comparable? No, I don't think it is. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see. Yeah, let's see. I don't think the Razer Gen, like the Zico, like Tom's saying, I think the Zico like way outclasses the Razer. But it, to me, I had seen a few people with bad experiences. I think Mr. Eagle Eye said he didn't, I guess he's saying he didn't really like the Zico. He sold a Zico to buy 2 Zeiss S3s. Yeah, I mean, the people I know with Zicos tend to love them. I guess Kenny did not love his. I've never owned a Zico. Like I said, that's kind of out of my league. I know a lot of people, even in the chat, I know a lot of guys who are shooting Zicos. And the S3s are good for the money. From what I've seen too, and obviously you're saving a lot of money getting a Zeiss or one of the other scopes. Let's see. I've been using a Zico for the last year, and I just got behind a Gen 3 Razor last weekend, and it doesn't compare. Yeah, I can see that. I know a ton of people that sold Zicos and went to Gen 3s. Really? Yeah, I've known some people that have gotten out of Zicos too, I guess, now that I think about it. I know some people had to bounce back and forth from like tangents to Zicos and didn't like this about the tangent, didn't like that about the Zico, and went other directions. One thing I do like about the Gen 3 is the dang like stopless like ReZero. And one of the guys, I don't think he's on here anymore, but we were talking about this in the match. Like, I'm always half a tenth off, like half a tenth low, half a tenth left, or whatever on my zero. And it doesn't really bother me a ton, but I really think it's a good idea to be able to exactly zero your gun, and the Gen 3 does give you that ability. See you, Hasbro. Appreciate you popping in, brother. Always nice having you. Zico had fogged up during an NRL Hunter match, turned sideways during a loss of ability. That's fine. Whoa, yeah, that's not good at all. Any scope is fine. Yeah, so maybe it had something wrong with it. But yeah, that I could see dumping it after that. For the money, the Arcan has done well for me. Heavy but decent. Yeah, the Arcan for the money. I mean, as long as you know what you're getting into and you don't believe, like, I'm going to call it the hype, because there's a lot of guys hyping it to sell it. But for the money, for what you're getting, as long as you understand what that is, like, it's hard to beat, man. Like, really reliable turrets, tracks well. Like, it does PRS things. Like, it's not going to outglass anything at the money, but it works really well. I mean, for a lot of people, that's not the limiting factor. So it can be a very, very good move for a lot of people. Let's see. The Zico Vortex War. That war started a long time ago, brother. Let's see. Hands down, best zeros element. Yes. I love the tool of zero that scope. I love it. And for me, that's why it's on my Vudoo, because I'm shooting practice ammo and then I'm not. Then I'm shooting match ammo. But I know what like, just to go out there, pick up any ammo, shoot it at a paper target, spin that cap off, set it on zero, spin it back. That is really, really nice. It is. As long as like, I think, with the Razor, like I said, you're not isolated to 10th clicks or MOA clicks. You can go in between those clicks. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even think anybody has them yet. I'm sure you'll see Cyclops Joe. He'll definitely put a video out on that. And the good thing about him is he doesn't BS any of that crap. So he's like, if I was going to use anybody's code for Harkin, it would be him, because he's actually straight up about all that stuff. I've been playing with Discovery Optics 5-25. It's got the same reticle as the Nightforce XGR. Oh, he meant the Mill XT reticle for the price. The 3 I have beat Harkins. Really? Dude, those guys have been emailing me left and right about reviewing one of the scopes. And maybe I'll do it and pit it against the Harkin. I have the SH4 now. I just didn't think there was much interest, but I didn't really know a lot about them. But I may send them because I like the Mill XT reticle is really good too. So I may hit them up and see about getting one and take a look at it. Let's see. Is there a reticle on a first focal plane where the mill dot expands to an open circle? I don't think so, because most of the floating dots are like like what are they, like 0.2 mil, like, or 0.02, 3, 4, 5 mil. They're very small. So, I mean, you wouldn't see anything within it, even at max magnification, as far as I know. I don't think anybody does that. Let's see. They're slightly cheaper, but the glass and reticle suits better for NRL 22. Yeah, definitely keen to see a budget scope shootout. Discovery versus EP5, 735 versus Match Pro ED. I don't know that they're going to beat the Match Pro ED, to be honest with you. I know the Arkans, like, they cannot. It's more money, but the Match Pro ED I have blows. It's more money, and that's the difference. It's more money. Like, I'm very happy with my Match Pro ED. I don't think a Discovery would take a Match Pro ED down either. Could be wrong because I don't have one, but I think the Vortex spending 520 money is fantastic. Put one of my Apture rings in. Equals clears my Athlon Aries ETR without one. Pretty interesting. I have not liked budget Vortex optics for a very long time. Now, I would not turn down a Gen 3. Like, it's an expensive scope, but I think it's a good scope. People have issues with them. That's what scared me off from like buying one, is seeing people have like turret issues where turrets go down in a match. Because I just, you invest so much money and time and practice and the gun and stuff like that, to have a scope that has like kind of like known issues, like with the turrets going down, that's going to cost you the match. Like that 100%, if your turret stops turning in a match, or you're turning it and it's not actually doing anything, you're done. Like, you can't recover, and that would piss me off to no end. Like, I would probably throw it in a ditch or something. I couldn't deal with it. Match Pro has slightly better glass. Discovery has better glass than SH4J. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check one out now. I never really I didn't really think about it much, to be honest. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. Bro, have you ever looked at a Tremor 3? Nothing is busy. If you look with a scope with a Tremor 3 reticle, every other scope is simple. Like, and that's basically, as long as it's in a Tremor 3, I don't think it's too busy. But no, I kind of see what you're saying. Let's see. Personally know 45 guys who each sold multiple Z codes and replaced them with Gen 3s. Guys here like to having matching optics on all the rifles. Yeah. I'd like to have the money to be able to pick and choose a scope and have matching rifles. That would be my goal. Be able to afford matching scopes. But yeah, let's see. I have a Gen 3 on my centerfire and a Mark 5 HT on my Rimfire. Nice. Yeah, that's a pretty good combo. All right, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's almost 10:40. It's been an hour, 40 minutes. We somehow still have 145 of you watching, which means I owe you guys a great deal of gratitude for coming to live streams, for hanging out with me, asking the questions, being a part of the 22 community, and not being a bunch of jerks. We have the best community probably in the world, because I've been in other communities where there are a bunch of trolls, and we don't have that. So I'm eternally grateful for you guys watching the videos every week, enabling me to do this, this stupid thing we do with 22s, and crazy to see because of the interest, see it grow. That's thanks to you guys. So, you you guys are responsible for me having a channel, for the sport being what it is, for the industry being what it is, for the innovation. So thank you very much for showing up. Thank you for being a part of the community. And thanks for putting up with me. I guess that's the biggest thing is the most shocking out of all this is that you guys willingly come and put up with my BS, my bad jokes, the occasional whoopee cushion. And yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you for showing up tonight. We'll do another one when I get back from training. So end of this month, hopefully I'll have some updates on some new actions coming out. Hopefully, wink, wink, L3I, have a barrel for them to test. Maybe a Discovery Optics now that Kenny turned me on to them. And from the sounds of it, a bolt head for RemX, because I should be able to swap that out and test his CZ-based one as well. So that'd be pretty cool too. You know, be able to show you guys both those options. We've already seen the one. Now we can see the other. Pretty sweet. But thanks again, guys. Thanks for sticking it out. We're an hour and 40 minutes in. We had up to about 150 of you. Appreciate you. Hope you guys have a good one. And yeah, email me if you need help in the interim while I'm gone, josh@pursuitofaccuracy.com. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.